Mm, 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 mm. Hey, what's up, guys? Good morning. I'm sorry. For me, it's afternoon. It's always morning. Good afternoon, guys. It's 1:05 here on the west coast of Los Angeles, California. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm always doing well. For me, well is just a frame of mind. So it's going to be an amazing weekend. I've got a bunch of great shows coming up, some amazing guests. And you guys have been amazing. Thank you very much again for all your help and support. We're trying to do our best to keep you guys happy in this crazy time. And yeah, the shows have been great. This is number 41, I think. I don't know. I've lost track. I don't care. I'm just having a good time with you guys. Speaking of good times, oh, look, I'm stuck. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that face. That's amazing. I got to get a better camera. Speaking of good times, check out this behind me. Hey, look at that. All right, it's going to be official. I'm going to make the announcement. Don't tell anybody else, just you guys. Yes, I'm going. I'm going to be there. I'm looking forward to it. And I don't have any dog in this race. I don't have any pony in this whatever. I'm playing on both sides. Everybody gets to shoot me. I get to hang out with everybody. It's going to be fantastic. So I don't care who wins or loses. That's not my world. My world is just to come there and have a great time with you guys and make everybody happy. I've announced it. It's done. Thanks a lot, Pete, for the invitation and everything else. You guys are amazing. All right, you guys. So yes, we're doing our Fulda Gap show. Well, it's going to be kind of a Fulda Gap like. It's. I want to introduce you guys to the two producers, the park owner. You've already met the park owner, Pete, but you're going to meet him again because he's just a great guy. But I'm going to introduce you to all these guys. And we're having a bunch of people pop up and ask questions. We're having a whole list of questions on the right-hand side. It's all good. So without further ado, I'm doing this. We've got Eric. We've got Paintball Pete. And we got Mamba. What's up, boys? How are you?
Thank you. Welcome for having us on. This is great.
What's up? How you doing?
My day is now complete that I've seen all of you guys. How is that? That's called Hollywood bullshit. But look, see this? Hollywood bullshit. Anyway, so you guys listen. We've got this amazing event coming up in November. This will be my first time. I've heard about this event. I mean, I've only been playing since 2008, and obviously that's the 15th one. But I've been hearing about this event since I've started playing and since I've heard about big games. And you get the, the magazines, and it's always in there. And it was just like this, like this amazing thing. I've got to go there someday. And then as I started getting where I am in the sport and I started traveling and stuff like that, it just didn't happen. It just never happened. And I actually went to North Carolina 2 years ago for another game. And when I was there, I met Jason. And he gave me some moonshine. He goes, he's man, you got to go to Fulda Gap. And I said, I've been there. No, not the German one. He says, this Fulda Gap, this thing. And I go, yeah, okay. So you know what he did last year? He's like, I'm going to take a mortgage out on my house to get you to this event. And he even started this whole thing where he was going to get the players, and that's how much he loves the event. That's how much he wanted me there. It turned out to be my mom's birthday, which it is still, but I'm going to miss it this year. And he said, let's get you there. And I said, fine. So finally now we've worked out all the details, and I've dedicated myself to this thing. So February the 6th, 7th, and 8th,
no,
is it?
February?
November.
I'm sorry, November 6th, 7th, and 8th, I believe. Is that the right dates?
I believe so. I think you got the right dates going on.
Yep.
Check your calendar and make sure you got it right.
I will. I'll check it. Is what's going to happen. So
you don't want to play here in February. You really don't.
Oh, no, I don't want it. Okay. We've actually had, without even thinking about it, several Fulda Gap shows. Our first very big show was Ben Painter and Jason Mann, and we talked about Fulda Gap. We did this guy named Ryan. He came on one time. We talked about Fulda Gap. We had Paintball Pete, and he talked about Fulda Gap. Hello, Fulda Gap. So anyway, you guys listen. On this show today, we're going to talk about a lot of the intricacies, the park, the commanders, the structure, everything like that. That's what it is. This show is to kind of get everybody on track and say, hey, this is an amazing thing. And for the rest of the world that's watching, we supposedly if I'm not mistaken, they get people from around the world that come to Fulda Gap. There's all these people. So you guys, it's an open invitation to the rest of the world. Come on out. I think even Tim Miller might be coming from Australia. We're going to find out if that's true. I'm not sure. We're going to find out. But so you guys, this is the event to be at in November. So
I love seeing Tim. It would be great to see Tim from Australia. It'd be kind of fun.
He said he might be doing it. So on my left, this is my left. On my left, I've got Eric Engler. Below me, I've got Richard Mamba. And over here, I've got, everybody knows him, Paintball Pete. Gentlemen, start your engines. Eric, go ahead and take over.
Well, of course, everybody knows Fulda. I mean, I knew about Fulda before I even moved down to North Carolina 5 years ago now. It's kind of interesting. I was coming down as a vendor, of course, with my business to Fulda, but I learned about it after Oklahoma D-Day, so it's really cool. And then in 2014, I get a phone call. I mean, I had already vended, but I had known Andrew Ferguson, the creator of this game, and he's like, I'm in trouble. I need a general. My general can't make it. Can you come and general my game? And I'm like, dude, you got to be kidding me. Fulda? It's like I've been at that point I generaled Oklahoma D-Day 10 years in a row as a commander, but I'm like, sure, I'll come, but you got to find me some help. And I'm like, he's like, okay, I'll have some guys email you. Well, one of those guys is the guy right below you right now, Mamba. He actually was playing for Warsaw that year, I believe, and took his team and switched sides. And then,
well, no, I didn't take the team. We were sponsored by the field at the time, and as one of the sponsored teams, at the last minute, if sides need to be switched, we're the ones that flip over to balance the sides out, and that's actually what happened. And one of the captain of our team at the time, Dave Thompson, was in all the command chats for all the Warsaw and everything. And he walked up to me. He's like, look, we're being asked to switch sides. He's like, you take command of the team for this game. I know their plays. He's like, I'm not going to say anything to you. You run it as you would run it. And I'm like, okay.
Well, and I had an awesome XO. In fact, I see him in the chat. Josh Justice is over there. So he came over and said, okay, I'm going to teach you how to play this game. And we pulled off an upset that first year. And then, and we just came in and I hate to say it, we rolled Warsaw. And it was embarrassing for Warsaw because they were supposed to just kick our butts. And we did the upset, and it was just awesome. And then I got invited back, and we won the second year. And then I lost 2, and then had a tie against Mamba down there below you. We tied the game after 2 days of brutal combat, and then the next year he came back and kicked my ass. But anyway,
nice. Let me ask you a question.
So we've been doing this for a while.
Let me ask you a question. When you're saying that, as far as like the kicking ass, doing this, hitting that, is it the knowledge of the field? Is it the dedication you have of the teams that are with you? Is it just,
it's all about, well, for me, I don't care what side I'm playing on or who I'm playing for. It's all about the game and the sport. I would rather lose a game and have everybody have a good time than win and just destroy the other side and have them have a bad weekend.
Nice. What a good, that's a great sportsman. Yeah.
That's how I've played paintball since I started.
That happened to me at Living Legends 10.
So it's, we always want to have a good time. We always want to have both sides enjoy themselves, because that's what we go out to play paintball for. I mean, all of it, the three of us sitting with you here, and yourself included, we're players.
Right.
We're players before anything else.
Correct. That's true. But you know what? I'm telling you, there are players that don't have any sportsmanship, and I've seen that out there. And what you just said, though, that's the opposite of what I just said. You have the sportsmanship. You have the, you want to kick somebody's ass, but then also again, you want people to enjoy themselves. And yeah, I agree 100%.
Yep.
As a general at games, I've had to pull my guys back. They were like, okay, we're going to go roll a field. No, you're not. Sit. You're not going to go roll the field.
Okay, that is amazing.
Well, it honestly hurts the game. It really does, because if you have blowouts all the time, it gets to the point where, okay, let's try a different game. You definitely want the games more balanced.
Right. Okay. Now, this one's been going on for 15 years. Who started this thing?
Andrew Ferguson.
That name keeps on popping up. Why is he not here?
Yep.
Where is that guy?
Well, I saw him this morning. I helped him fix his floor.
He's tending goats.
Yeah, he's tending goats.
Oh my gosh.
He's a goat farmer.
I guess so.
Andrew is an organizer and a leader and a person that works behind the scenes.
Yes.
Okay.
And he's an emergency management professional too as well. So
so he's in emergency management right now, and that's where I was with him yesterday. And as a volunteers, Pete's on the same team as we all are on volunteers for a community emergency response team, and
Nice.
and so that's what Andrew's doing today too. But
he's our illustrious leader.
Yeah, he's he because of all of his experience at 14 years putting this game on and 12 airsoft games for Fulda Gap, you bet he's involved in this behind the scenes. Nothing happens without, we would be foolish to not involve someone with that much experience, in this. So
that's fantastic. Okay, so again, Ferguson started it 15 years ago at the same field before. Obviously, Pete, you've had it for like 2 years, right? You've had the field for about 2 years.
Yes, this will be my third or fourth fall this year. Yeah.
Okay. So, who owned the field before you, and then how did the genesis? How did this happen?
Well, Andrew had it for 14 years, and where he started Fulda Gap, and quite a few other things too as well. There was platoon leader, and there was other things. Andrew's not only a college professor, but he's also a behind the scenes special forces dude, and
wow.
And they did and they would do bits and pieces, junior ROTC and things like that. So
Robin Stage.
Yeah, so it was more of a Command Decisions war game center than really a paintball field. And then he said he was tired of it and had enough, and it's my life, paintball. So I could not say yes. I would like to take over the lease of the field from Ken Spencer, who actually started the place 100 years ago. That's how we feel.
Hey, he still owns it too.
Oh yeah. Saw him today too.
Okay. All right. So Eric, when was the seed planted? When did this thing take root?
Fulda itself, or
yes.
Well, this will be 15 years this year. So Andrew went out to Oklahoma D-Day. That's where I first met him, and the rest, Pete, and the rest of the CEF, and they came back from and how Andrew explains it to me is they came back from Oklahoma D-Day and said, that was a lot of fun. We loved it. What can we do at our paintball field here that uses our knowledge, but isn't Oklahoma, isn't being done anywhere else, and is something that we can use our knowledge for? And he started Fulda Gap. Okay. And on a field that is uphill both ways. It is when
you go. It's uphill.
Reaper, like you and Mamba and Pete, we've played all over the world and gone places and stuff. This is other than Oklahoma D-Day's heat and its terrain, is the second that's number one. This is the second hardest field I have ever played on.
Wow.
Okay, if you decide to run the field, I mean, you can sit in a base or a section. If you decide to run the field, you're tired by the end of the day. You are just done.
Wow. Okay, so how about this? It's not flat. What was the picture I had? I had that picture. Well, I mean, what is this picture here? What is this one?
Looks like from the God Bunker. No?
yeah, that's
Hence the reason. Hence the reason
that's looking at
I have tank now.
Rex with Bravo on the far right over in the point over there.
Okay.
That's what that is.
So
You were pointing at Rex. Yeah, we're pointing at
That's
Rex.
that dirt mound that you put in, Yonks. One of the original berms you put in.
Yeah.
That one there. It's got the grass on it.
Yep.
okay. So we're looking at hills and valleys and
Yep.
forests and every.
Tree coverage.
Yeah,
and tree coverage, and you can play in the shade, and there is areas that are there's some shade,
and lots of tree coverage.
a lot of tree coverage,
especially
roads
now.
there's a creek that runs through it that every time we get a flood down here, it happens to wipe out all the bridges. Sorry, Pete. But there are 4 bridges that can be blown up. And that means that you can't cross the bridges.
Look, that place can be converted for no matter what angle you come at for so many different battlefields. You know, like Ken, Andrew, Billy Ford, and all the work that and Mamba, of course.
Yeah.
With all the work that they've put into the place over the years. You wait till you come and see it. You'll see.
I'm looking forward to it. This is like.
Yeah.
And
I've still got more work this year that I'm doing on the upper side of the field to enhance the play up there.
Excellent. I'm going to save some money, mate, and let you do it all.
Okay.
But no, over the last couple of years, you know, I've done a lot of tidying up, new makeup on the place and made the place a little bit more inviting and whatnot. And with Eric and Ken's work that was longer ago, last year or the year before.
Well, you got to remember too, Pete. 2 years ago or 3 years ago, was it the tornado came through and basically just before Fulda Gap wiped out the field.
Wow.
We had a tornado touchdown, and if you go back to that picture you had, the base on the right, that's where the tornado touched down. It wiped that sucker off the planet.
Wow. Put it this way. We just spent a week.
I'd spent 3 months doing all these minor things. Richard had come in and done weeks worth of work, and then that fucking thing hit, and it was just like panic stations.
Whoa.
Yeah, we spent a week just clearing the trees off the roads in order to be able to travel around the place.
Safety areas, the dead zones, should I say. Oh, yeah.
And the problem is with that is it's created, unfortunately, some pinch points between Rex and Sim City that I'm planning to rectify this year. It's just we had no place to put the brush, and we couldn't burn it at the time.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So think 3 weeks before, and this was that you're ready to run your game. You have to actually almost rebuild the whole field because everything's flat.
Okay.
So and again, I noticed you had sent us some questions
between Rex
on that. So we've got and that allowed us to bring in and rebuild a whole bunch of stuff, which was really cool. But it was amazing getting the players together. We ran work weekends after the tornado and all sorts of stuff like that to get the game up and running, because there were questions, a few questions. Couldn't we even have a game? Because there were
we had people even come up from Florida.
Yeah, there were trees there were widowmakers hanging from the trees that could fall on people and things like that. So it was
wait, hang on a second. What's a widowmaker?
It's a tree that's hanging in another tree, but you can't get to it because it's 40 feet in the air.
Oh man!
Waiting to drop.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Okay.
It was a battlefield.
That's crazy. Josh says that 2014 was a great year and one of the biggest upsets.
Oh, no kidding, Josh. And
yes, it was.
Yeah, it was, and without his help and being my XO at the time, it wouldn't have happened.
Nice. Okay, cool. All right. So let me just do this here. Where is this guy here? What is this? You guys are giving away stuff? Come on. How are you going to stay in business if you're giving away stuff?
Okay, Pete, I can speak. Pete, I can speak to this too. That's me standing there too, which is kind of cool. But at the end of the game, All the vendors there, our vendor row is amazing. I mean, it's like a
Really?
mini World Cup.
Wow.
And so all the vendors that come, we don't charge the vendors. The vendors get to come and set up, but
That's
we
great.
ask. But their fee is to donate merchandise to the players that we can do a raffle at the end of the day and
Very
give
cool.
away stuff. And that raffle can take up to 3 hours because we got so much stuff to give away. There's more of the raffle because we're given that, we're giving stuff to the players. We're giving back. I mean, because again, we're all players. We've all been to that point. I just love watching the first time kid or somebody like that win a marker, and gets this upgrade that, all of a sudden he's, walking around with an ETHA. It's just like, it's just so cool.
Dude, what a great idea. Yeah.
We do that. Yeah. It's definitely a big bonus there that, and that's Andrew. Andrew's got the mic. You'll see Andrew with the Ferguson.
Nice.
Andrew the Ferguson. We'll call him the Ferg.
Andrew the Ferguson. Yeah.
There we go. Right.
I got to call him that
There's
tomorrow
Larry
night.
Riverbank,
All right.
We also, that's the guy you see there on the right there, Larry Riverbank. He also does the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Wow.
And the Fulda Gap supports Make-A-Wish. And they raised, I think it was $6,000 this year from Fulda, or last year from Fulda.
Yeah, over 6,000. It's over $6,000 from the last like four.
Okay.
Or it's 5.
Yeah.
4
Wow.
I'll give me a second. I'll get you the number on his, but it's just amazing what the paintball community that comes to Fulda Gap donates to Make-A-Wish. They give away 1 to 2 wishes every year just because of Fulda paintball and airsoft.
Yep.
Wow, dude, who is this crazy cat?
Okay, yeah, I know him. He was a little younger then. Just want to say, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was before.
Yeah, I mean,
okay. Look at my jersey. It's got Draxus on it. Come on, DXS on my jersey.
Nice. No, that's that. You've been, so how long you been connected with them?
With Tippmann or with who?
With Fulda Gap.
Oh, with Fulda Gap. Oh, I mean, well, Generaling for 5 years, probably 10 as total as a vendor.
Dude, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's been big. I mean, I like I said, I met Andrew when he came to D-Day the first time.
Nice.
And that was 2004, I think. So, it's cool. That's when I generaled my first Oklahoma D-Day. So it was
nice. Okay, so I'm gonna ask Quayer. Look at that. I just made up a word. Player questions. Quayer. I just made my own word up. I'm gonna ask some player questions, just from my standpoint. Is this guy using First Strike?
Yeah, that looks like an SAR. An SAR.
Okay, so that's legal. You can use First Strikes.
Oh, you bet you can. We love First Strikes down here.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. Yep. And do you guys? Is it field only, or do you guys? How does that work?
Field only. We actually get a special fill from First Strike.
Okay.
And that matches our field fill for the game. So we don't have to worry about whose color paint is the First Strike this time. It all matches. You gotta buy them through the field, just like you buy a regular paintball.
Okay. And
with Falcon do the round ball for Fulda. Yeah.
Are the prices competitive as far as the First Strikes are concerned?
We don't gouge anybody. Yeah, always. I mean, Pete, that's more your thing, but we're always competitive. We try to keep our prices reasonable.
Yes.
Fantastic.
I've been to too many games where they jack up the prices on paint and things like that, and Andrew had too. And you know what? That's just not something that this field has ever done, and you won't see us do it either. So
or doesn't need to.
Right.
As well, we're happy with the paintball community, and it's the support that it gives Command Decisions, and even with the airsoft and stuff like that. So, Little fish are sweet. We're very thankful for what
that's
we
the kind of feeling I'm getting from you guys. Again, we're all players, and you guys, this is a players for the players kind of thing. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's funny. This is the only D-Day and Fulda Gap right now. Fulda Gap is the only one that we're doing it for. I actually produce a newspaper every year for the players for this game.
What?
Yeah, I'm trying to find one here. There's got to be one around here. So hang on a second.
Yeah, so
My daughter's here,
it's
and
like
I'm
the,
trying to
oh,
help
there
her
it is.
find me a paper.
Yeah, there's bound to be one or two.
Oh yes, he does the Stars and Stripes at Oklahoma.
Yeah,
every day.
here. Let me
Yep.
zoom in. This is the Oklahoma D-Day one. Well, you know, when they were huge, you know, I was able to actually, you know, produce a paper for them. You know, up to 30 pages. You know, it's a newspaper. Here's a Fulda one. There we go. 2015. You know, this is you know, every player gets one of these so that they get a copy of the rules.
No.
They get to learn about their commanders.
Yeah.
They get to learn about their teams, who they're playing for, and who they're playing against.
Wow.
They get a a map of the field, a schedule of the game. Which way do I got to go? It's backwards.
No.
And then of course the vendors take out ads in the paper. That's how the paper's paid for.
Wow. Dude.
Is by the vendors. So that's, you know, this is you know, one of 2 games ever in the U.S. that has its own newspaper.
Dude, you're killing it. This is amazing. Again, you guys, listen. We all go to a lot of events. We all see different things. Sometimes event promoters are just like, you know, the players are going to come anyway. We don't care. Here's a hot dog kind of thing. The thing that has basically made me connect to these guys is well, not only Pete, but you know, who can't fall in love with Pete? You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Anyway, so what I'm saying is the thing that I love the most is this is what I'm seeing is that this is made for the players. It's by the players. These guys sit down for, I mean, from what I was told, the minute the other one ends, you guys are already planning for the next one. You guys are like, you know, this is like a year-long, basically an event kind of thing for you guys. And
the promoters do, but the players and the generals do as well. And that's very interesting. As a general for this game and Mamba 2, you know, general disc game, we would immediately before the game ended recruit for next year.
Wow.
Already recruiting. Going through the crowd,
always.
recruiting people automatically.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah. If I knew I was commanding the next year, as they were doing the award ceremony, I was out recruiting. I would ask people in the crowd.
You don't get, you know, stuff like this just because, you know, you came to the game.
No.
Whoa, dude.
You know, trophies.
Yeah,
you know.
that is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's amazing.
Oh, and Warsaw. I did play Warsaw one year. Just have to
Nice.
say.
Nice. Okay.
I'm a neutral player.
Nice. Okay, cool. So again, you guys, this is what I'm getting at with these guys is that we've all been to events, and the feeling that I'm getting from them is that they have your concern in mind. That's what I'm trying to say. This is what they're thinking about when they're choosing sides, when they're choosing you know, the command staff, that kind of stuff. It's all about you guys that they're doing. They're not just like, you know, willy-nilly throwing a dart at the board going, well, how about this and how about that? These guys are like, I mean, this could be their full-time job, basically, is try to make this thing happen.
If it paid well, I would. But, you know, hey, it's
Exactly.
it is. Who makes money off of paintball? Well, Pete, maybe. Just saying. Yeah, but anyway, you know, it's just funny. I'd like to answer a question I just saw go through the chat just before.
Okay. Sure.
Devin, Oklahoma D-Day 2020 has been postponed to 2021. Just want to let you know. I just saw that go through because somebody asked a question.
Nice.
Yeah, be there or be square.
We're all going to 2021 for D-Day.
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah, make sure you're there, Reba.
D-Day, huh? We'll see.
Oklahoma, that'll be the Oklahoma D-Day. I think it'll be the second weekend of June next year, but it'll be their last one, so it's done. The last
It's a
D-Day.
life-changing experience for me.
We got it, you guys. We have a question about drones. Are they legal?
No.
No.
Well,
Okay.
yes and no.
Oh,
They have
flying around taking.
Go ahead.
Taking pictures of the grounds, flyovers of campgrounds, vendors areas. Some use on the field, but most of the people that do that have the FAA pilot's license for drones and can do it. You have to be real careful because there is a very high tension power line that runs straight down the middle of that field.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and you have to
anything
have special permission to do it.
and any drone that's on over the field. Last year there was a drone on the NATO side, but that was approved by Game Command. Okay, so it has to
Yep.
be approved. You just can't go fly your drone over. That's not gonna fly. Pun intended.
Pun intended.
Do
Okay.
you remember the one year that a drone actually dropped rockets?
Oh yes, I used that very well to my advantage. We had a drone that would drop
For
rockets.
One year, we actually had a drone that had servos on it that would fly over a tank and drop rockets. And
Wow.
each side was allowed to use it. And it happened, I think, for one day, and that was
Yeah,
it.
we killed more tanks with that drone than we did with regular rockets on the field. That thing was just a blast.
Wow.
Yeah, that was funny.
Okay, so we're saying that number one is if you everybody knows Gary Baum, and Gary Baum is very connected with the drone world. And basically, I think the rule today is you kind of have to be a licensed pilot almost.
Yeah, legally, yes. Okay, there are a lot of people out there flying drones under the quote radar, but
Yes.
there are drone licenses available, and you actually have to have your name on your drone and a whole bunch of stuff. There, the Alexander County, where Fulda Gap is, has its own drone community, and the gentleman Scotty Harrington happens to be a paintballer, so he actually runs part of the drone community in this county, so it's kind of fun.
Okay, so again, just to be clear, drones. Yes and no. What?
If you put a drone up over the field, you have to have field permission from game control first.
Okay. Now, to put it over the field, could they be using it to spy? Is that what's gonna? I mean, are they allowed to use it to spy, or what's the deal here?
With game control approval, yes.
Okay. So
okay, you can use it like a satellite. Last year, what was funny was the NATO commander was using his drone and a television and live video to call in his airstrikes.
Yes, that.
Okay. Okay, so game control approval. Where do they get this game control? How do they do this?
At Fulda Gap, we have registration, which is one building.
Okay.
Then we have an air station. We bring in quick shot air for the air. That's another section. Then there is a game control. There's a head ref section just for the head ref to run his referees, and players can talk to them, and they check all the tanks and they check all the AT guns and all that. But then there is a game control. It's a Quonset hut, and out of there, that's where the game is run from, and that's where they would have to get it. And Richard and I will be in there this year.
All right.
So it's interesting because as the generals at some games, at Fulda for sure, you'll see them with a Ouija board map, a grid map, and they're pushing pieces around their maps. That you see pictures of in movies where they got this layout of a map and they're moving the generals are moving their pieces around.
Right.
We do that at Fulda Gap. Okay. Well, at the generals do that. Well, the players or the command has the game control has its own version of that, and we do it too.
I like it. Okay.
There are more radios being run at Fulda Gap than probably some third world countries.
Oh wow, that is crazy. Okay, no one is allowed to shoot a drone.
Correct.
Okay,
that is correct.
This is a big important thing because sometimes people just go, well, that's just an easy target, I'm going to shoot it. You guys, first off, drones are very expensive, right? And also the other thing is if you shoot it and it falls on somebody's head, the park's going to be liable for that. So
it's also a felony.
That's true. That's also true.
And you know what? If a ref catches you shooting at a drone, you're gonna get your card pulled and you'll be leaving the game. You'll be leaving the field.
All right, you guys. So you guys listen, drones, yes, with permission, don't shoot them. And yes, I like it. All right, cool. We got that out of the way. Good. Okay, cool. Let's talk about these things.
Okay.
Love them.
BB-8. That's BB-8. That's BB-8.
BB-8. Yeah, there's BB-8. Yep, that's love them and hate them. I have one now too.
Nice. Okay. So
okay. Can you see my shirt?
All right.
Oh, nice.
It says turret syndrome. Okay. Underneath it says because you're obsessed with anything that's armor and tank related.
Nice.
Okay, so yeah, it's tanks. Last year, what did we have? 14 tanks total, or was it 16? Tanks at Fulda, it's a big part of the game. It's
I think it was 15.
15.
It was a big part of the actual Fulda Gap.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, are tanks brought in, divided amongst the teams, or do the tanks just say, no, there's 15 tanks on one side because we like that side?
They register.
Tanks are recruited.
Yeah, they're recruited by each side, and they register for a side.
Okay,
We
cool.
do not charge tanks entry fee.
Nice. Okay. So wait,
Nope.
the drive-in where you can put as many friends as you want in the inside, and then they get it.
No,
entry?
no.
Doesn't work like that.
There you go. That would be great.
They can only, well, yeah.
No, I think
as a tanker, it's fun as the player, and as being a player that used to hate tanks because he doesn't like getting overshot. We watch that, and there are only 2 guns allowed firing out of a tank at the same time.
2 guns firing out of a tank at the same time. So it can't be a B-17. It has to just be like, right? I mean, just like 2 guns.
Think of a real tank. It's got, let's say a Leopard or something like that. It's got a coax gun in the front, and it's got a gun on top that can shoot, a 50 cal. Right. So that's a real tank. It's a simulated real tank.
A Tiger tank. A Tiger tank has a machine gun in the front, and one other, and then this and the. Okay, whatever. You're saying 2. Okay, just 2.
2 guns. 2 guns.
Just 2 guns.
There is a rule set that is on our webpage, and it's published and updated every year, and we're going to update it this year for just tank and anti-tank. Okay, and it's probably 25 pages long.
Holy shit, that's amazing.
Okay. If you're a tanker or an anti-tanker, you need to know those rules because you live and die by them. Okay, my daughter handed me her phone. There's our tank. It's a Jeep Liberty with that's actually got a pair of phenoms on the top for this year, so firing full auto plus a Nerf launcher. So
hey John.
So anyway, so yeah, again, the tanking is a big thing, and I would recommend every player read the tank rules once.
Okay. Lance says time to register the tanks and get 66 building. What does that mean? Get 66 building?
I don't know what 66 building is. That doesn't mean much to me. We do register the tanks. The tanks actually have to contact game promotion and get. They have to have insurance. They have and they have to register. So they do get registered. We just don't charge them.
And with the tanks, I think comes with 4 registrations, which is the driver, the front gunner, the tank commander, and 1 other gunner, I think. And then the tank is required to supply a walker that walks with the tank that is supposed to police the area around it and make sure players don't get close enough to it.
Okay, cool. We have Leon from South Africa saying hello. We've got Tank from Quebec saying hello. We've got John.
What's up, guys?
Saying hello. What else do we've got? And John, the other John from Holland. So again, you guys, listen.
All these guys from all over the world. That's just awesome.
We have an international, obviously an international. I have an international following, and what I'm doing is trying to you guys, so you guys will then, you guys come out to this event. This is going to be crazy. I mean, 15 tanks. What the hell? Come on, that's amazing. That's like a tank for every player. That's just crazy talk. So we're really excited about this thing. I don't know if do you guys know anything about Quebec?
A little bit. I lived in Vermont for 7 years, so I a little bit up there. Yeah, Great White North. All
right, this is how they say hello in Quebec. I'm joking. Unless you know what this means, this is like an inside joke. This is tabarnak. That's like that means well, it means how about it's F-U basically.
Gotta remember that one.
Tabarnak. Anyway, he's there. They're all having a good laugh right now in Quebec. All right. Anyway, so Barney said he's going to be there. That's Dan.
Yep.
Dan Barney is going to be there.
Excellent, Barney.
We've got
Barney, I'll give you a call later.
we got Matthew. Do you guys know 313 Mutant 313 Paintball? They're a big team
Yes.
out of Detroit. They're coming. They're going to be there. The 13th Legion is going to be there. My God, man, this is just going to be amazing. Okay, I got another question about the tank. You said number one is if the bridge is blown, then nobody's getting across, right?
Correct.
Okay,
That is correct.
with water or without water, or there's just like there's no water in the creek, you can't go across the creek?
Players can cross the
Hey,
creek.
you can cross the creek all you want.
Can't go across the bridge.
Can't go
No
across the
vehicles.
bridge. Okay, cool.
Right.
But the tanks,
No.
they're four-wheel drive. Can't they go through the water and then, like to the other?
Not this creek. They can't. There's one spot where I took my Jeep last year, and now that is washed out. So I wouldn't even
But besides
attempt
that,
it.
besides that, the creek is bottomless.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
When you're saying bottomless, we want the players to also know that, I guess, too. If they're going to be Rambo and try to get across, are they going to get like? I don't want anybody to drown, right?
They can They can do it
No,
if the water is down. You can do that. We've had players hold a bridge by sitting under the bridge. It's yeah.
It's
Look, it's no deeper than your knee.
Okay, cool.
Knees. But the
Well, that's not
point
bottom.
is
It's
that
the
if
bottom.
the bridge is out,
the
you
creek's
can't
about a
walk
foot and a
across
half
it.
deep.
You can't walk.
Don't let them fool you.
across it.
All right. Okay, cool. All right. And as far as again,
Cross it.
each tank
Nope.
has its own referee. So if somebody's going to shoot a rocket at it, does the person that's going to shoot the rocket need to tell a referee that he's about to do it?
That helps if there's a referee around. Most of the time, the walkers will see it. The tank, if you're in a tank, you hear it hit. Skips don't count.
Yeah.
So yeah, they have to hit you, head on. Oh, and for tank to tank hits, they can hit you anywhere. But an anti-tank rocket has to
Right.
hit the tank in the
That's to
rear.
hit your back.
Oh, has to hit him in the rear. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So
Yeah.
if you backed your butt of your tank up against a building, they're
Yeah.
not going to get you unless another tank comes in. Just like real life tanks.
Uh-huh.
Or a heavy or a heavy AT.
Heavy weapon. Yeah,
you
we
do have heavy
AT
ATs
too.
in the game.
Hmm.
Okay. So
yeah,
you
and
said-
it's a bit more fine tuned than how they have it at Oklahoma D-Day.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
more fine tuned.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The heavy AT weapons are, think of a wheeled rocket launcher manned by 4 guys all attached to a rope. They can't move it unless they're attached to their rope. Okay.
I
Yeah.
like-
So they're wheeling this thing around, and that can take out a tank everywhere. Again, bounces don't work. A heavy AT can be extremely effective if somebody takes the time to build it. I think the rules say they have to weigh 20. How many pounds, Mamba? 20 or 25? I think, or even heavier. I can't remember.
No, I think it's 35 pounds.
30
if I'm not
pounds.
mistaken.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now you said tank to tank. What does that mean?
My
Tank
tank-
shooting at a tank.
Yeah,
My
but
tank
what-
against yours.
Hang on a second. I was under the impression the tanks just had paintballs and not Nerf rockets.
No,
they
have
shoot
main
Nerf
guns for
rockets.
Man, it's
They have turrets.
It's exciting to see.
Oh,
and,
you
and
guys,
how far they can throw them.
you guys,
Okay.
this is amazing.
I have seen tanks at Fulda take out other tanks at 200 yards with a Nerf launcher.
No,
Ken
dude.
Spencer and his yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Oh yeah.
amazing.
These guys, that's all they do. That's their thing, and they make they work on these rockets, and they work on these launchers, and they fine tune them, and they practice, and that's the big thing is practice. They know their
Wow.
rocket launcher as good as you know your paintball gun.
Dude.
And it's like Eric there. He put when he got his tank, he put sabbats. He put sabbats on his.
Well,
bloody
that
rocket.
was
Yeah.
my idea.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Hold on.
Where did he get that idea from?
I got it from Mamba.
No, I got it from Wood Boss.
Yeah, and you got it from Wood Boss. So yeah, so it's
Yeah.
it's the tanking community. We upped the game. You guys upped the game with the sabbats, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Think a
Dude.
Nerf rocket
these
with a
things that they
sabbat
do,
on
they
it.
work
I mean,
it out. It gets more and
Oh my
more
God.
refined each year.
This is going to
That's
be
why
amazing.
Fulda Gap evolves every
Yeah.
year now. The last
Okay.
couple of years, it evolves.
Well, and here's the thing too. I mean, I generaled it for 5 years. It's been played for 14.
Yeah.
The game has never, in its history, played the same way on the field twice. The field
Yep.
allows itself to change depending on how the commanders and the generals want to play the game, how the
Wow.
player responds to a command, how the what a unit does. I mean, I've had, as a general, had Spetsnaz show up their airborne show up in places I never thought they could, and what are they doing there? They're not supposed to be there.
Dude, this is you guys are just like, my mind is just like, this is just like unbelievable.
This is a war game like no other
No.
paintball game in the country.
With you in it, with you involved, I don't know if you guys know about Eric. Eric, when I first got to know about Eric through social media, it was like everybody said, I've got a creation for a World War II. I said, no, it's probably already been made. I mean, it's just like, this is something Eric is probably already doing. So just go check out Eric Engler. And I think I've sent people
Engler
to you.
Customs.
If you want something done. And so this guy is Mr. World War II. This guy is Mr. Strat. You're the right guy in the right place for the right event. This is just fucking amazing.
Thank you. It's
okay. Listen, England says Paul Banks wants you.
Banksy.
He wants you to go back to the UK and do some work over there.
Yeah, he's the Tipman representative and quite a few other bits and pieces in the UK.
He's my godfather. He's my godfather of paintball in Europe. Every time I go there,
he's one of the biggest wheels in the cog for paintball over there. Nice to hear from you, Paul. Yeah,
we're not talking about size, about big wheels. We're talking about his. I'm just fucking with you. I'm fucking with you, Paul. I love you.
You got to remember, you have to translate for Pete sometimes, because as I asked him for Australian terms, because I don't get what the Australians say half the time when I'm around that group. So it's like, what did he mean? Translate.
Yeah, if they're drunk. Yes, exactly.
Pete, by big wheels, but big wheels. I believe he meant big cojones or big set.
We're all wheels in this paintball community, and unfortunately, there's some bigger than the others and things like that. But that's how it works. That's how watch works.
He basically from all of Europe, all of Europe, all of UK. Everybody knows who Paul Banks is. He's
without a doubt.
He's like if he was like in the mafia, they'd go, oh yeah, I know that guy. Like that's how it'd be. Keith says, but love the content. Okay, well, I just had to pop that in for myself. Thank you very much. All right. Anyway, all right. So we got the tanks under control. Please register your tanks. Now, is there ever too many tanks, or do you guys have a cap on that?
We haven't ever needed to cap them because, like in real life, tanks break down.
Okay.
Or crews get tired.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Mamba. I didn't mean to say that too loud.
That one game really did suck.
It's called the beer clock.
Oh God.
They put up the beer clock flag on the tank, and that's the end of them.
Nice.
It does happen, but they break. I mean, we've had rock crawlers turned into tanks, and all of a sudden the rock crawler, throws a water pump, things like that. They break down. I mean, my tank has been sitting.
And you have no control over that.
No, I mean, these things sit. I mean, my tank. I keep saying my tank. It's my daughter's tank.
Wow.
It's midget Engler. Come here, midget. Come on, get on TV. Come on.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, this is midget Engler, Sarah. She's
gonna kill you.
We always say hello to each other on Facebook. And also, who's Harriet? This woman.
That's his mother.
That's my mother, my 70-year-old mother.
She keeps on trolling me. I love her. She's just amazing. She's my fan. I love her. No, she's a fan. So we got the whole family. It's fantastic. No, she's amazing. I love Harriet. All right. So we got the tanks under control. Now let's go with the command staff. We go with we'll go from the generals on down. We have it's NATO and it's Warsaw, correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So who do we have for both?
Okay. Generals for both. I mean, Archangel Michael is doing Warsaw.
Okay.
He generaled last year and got the victory. And this year
That is
for NATO, we've got Command Brothers.
Okay.
Command Bros.
Cool.
And I
then-
believe both of them are in the chat.
Man, bros.
Cool. Wait, what? Mamba, what?
Okay.
Mamba, are you having a stroke? Should we call 911?
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
good.
I cut out for a minute.
Are you smelling toast? Hang on a second.
Am I smelling burnt toast yet?
Cruel.
No.
At
Burnt
his
toast.
age, you got to watch it.
So,
That's funny.
well, hey, what? Hey, how old are you, Eric?
The 53.
Yeah. Okay. Thank
I
you.
will be
Thank
50.
you.
Yeah, I am 53. Yeah.
Hey, Mamba, I'm older than you are. Come on.
Cool.
I think you know what? I think only Pete is older. Pete's older than me by like 10 years.
Oh yeah, they're both old and pathetic. They've all got injuries and things.
Yeah. Injuries. Who cares about that?
Yeah.
Come on, let's do this. All right, cool.
Yep.
Okay, you guys. Listen, so
both commands are in the chat right now, I see, which is really cool.
nice.
And I believe both commands already have their command staffs lined up.
Perfect.
That is correct.
I like it. Okay. We've got basically the generals and then the XOs. How many XOs are below them?
Well, you've got one for each. Now you're going to make me work. You got one for each.
You got
unit.
one for each side.
Yeah, one for each side. Then you've got their XO.
No.
What? Hold on. I got to get the sheet out here. You're making me work.
You got one XO for each side, and then
each unit has its own commander.
NATO actually has more commanders than Warsaw does.
Okay, well, hang on a second. Wait. Hang on a second.
Yep.
We got the generals, and then below them they have units. How does this work?
Okay.
Well, they have
There you
XO
go.
below them, and then they have unit commanders below that.
Okay.
So
So
this isn't working very well. I should have sent you a picture of this.
No worries.
But yeah, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Warsaw units, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 NATO units.
yeah, but there's subunits in the NATO units too.
There's subunits of the NATO units too. So yeah, it's complicated. That's
Right.
why we have generals and
Okay.
XOs and command staffs, because without that, the game would be a free for all.
Okay, I got it. So the structure goes this, and then you have the XOs, and then from the XOs, then you have and then there's commanders. How
Unit commanders.
how does one fill in all these blanks? You got to discard it recruiting.
It's all about recruiting.
Wow,
Yep.
that's a lot of responsibility.
It is. It is.
It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Okay. It is. But it's something, as Mamba and I, when we generaled, it's a pain in the ass, but it's something we do because without it, we've been to games where it's been a free for all.
Okay,
And this game has always been this way. When Andrew set it up, he set it up this way, and it doesn't change. And
Okay.
and we're not going to change that. I mean, it works here. It works at Oklahoma. I've tried to take this command structure to games that I've gone to and generaled other games. It's like let's up the ante. I'm going to a Viper game. It's like, guess what? I bring a command structure. Go to EMR for a game. We
Got
bring
it.
a command structure.
wow, dude,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
And communications, like I said before, radios. I mean, this field is 78
Communication
years.
is key for this game.
Okay, so you guys are not supplying that stuff. You're not supplying radios. You're not supplying anything. So basically, if John Doe were to become a general of this thing, this is not just like just showing up. You've got to make sure that everybody's got radios, that you got your commands, you've got all of this. I mean, they've got till November to get this done. But I'm just saying, though, this is a full-time fucking job. This is like a amazing thing to make this thing happen.
In 2014, when I came to general my first Fulda Gap, I brought 3 base station radios, 2 scanners so I could listen to the Warsaw side,
Oh man!
and my own radio operator just to handle that stuff,
Wow.
and programmed all the command radios for all of my commanders and their subunits. Okay, and I put base stations up. Okay, so we ran a real talk.
And sometimes that works, and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Mamba. Thanks, Rick, for reminding me of that. That sometimes when the person you're playing against knows your playbook, they go elsewhere and start using cell phones, and then you can't listen in anymore.
Nice. What did Patton say to Rommel? Do you remember that? He said, "You son of a bitch! I read your playbook." Right?
Yeah, I read your book. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I read your book. Yeah, and
So
Mamba,
that's what
read
happened.
mine.
Mamba read your book, and that game's over. All right.
Well, and that's kind of funny because that's how Mamba and I ended up with the tie that year, because we knew each other's book, and every time we turned around, we were running into each other head on. It was just awesome.
That is so cool.
Neither one of us could believe that we had a tie.
Okay. All right. So,
Tie.
registration open for this thing?
What was that?
When did registration open?
Okay, registration.
Registration is that's
Go ahead.
that's my bailiwick because I'm the IT nerd. It was supposed to open June 1st. Because of COVID and everything that's going on, our tentative day to open registration will be July 1.
Okay.
We're going to open with a new registration software and website for registration.
Very
because when I got to see what happened behind the scenes for registration at a game this size and watching them crunch spreadsheets for days, that's not happening. I'm not doing that. I'm automating.
Yeah, I've actually I've sat in on some of those. No, it's not good.
Well,
No,
like 15 years, the things that they started were antiquated, and if you don't keep up with the times and move on, you get stuck with the antiquated side of things.
Yeah.
Now
Hold on a second.
sort of like help things, and this is an experiment too. It comes at a cost, and we just wait and see how it all works out.
Okay, I got it. But they can register at the actual event, though.
You can. Yes, there is always walk-on registration. However, with COVID and everything going on this year, hopefully, we have a game cap. We have a cap of players, and as you register, each unit has a cap. What are we? 1,250, 1,300, maybe 14, something like that. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. But the cool thing is about the new site is when you go register, you can see how many tickets are left, quote unquote, for the unit you're registering for.
Okay.
So
and also one of the keys of registration. One of the keys of registration is register early to guarantee you getting the unit you want. Walk-ons, when they come to play the game, depending on the sides and how balanced they are, walk-ons are usually going to get placed on the side that the numbers are lower.
Okay.
So you've got to take that into consideration when you play this game. If you want to be on a specific side or you want to be in a specific unit, register early. And it also gives us the idea or gives us the numbers of people that are coming, how much paint we need to have, and stuff like that. All that helps.
Yeah, but what doesn't help is when you walk up to the counter and say, I'm here to play, and I want to play for NATO, and they say, oh, no, NATO's full, you got to play for Warsaw, or vice versa. How are you going to handle that?
Yep.
And it's happened.
Come on, Richard.
It's happened.
It's happened.
Oh yeah.
It's
People
happened.
Go up and say, this is who I want to play for, and they get put on that side.
And we have done it. And we have done it.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
It's happened before.
Yeah.
It happens a lot.
Yeah. So you need.
So hang on a second. So I go there. I don't know anything about anything. I just want to play. You're going to put me wherever you need me. But then another guy comes in and says, "No, I want to play on this team, and I'm not pre-registered. I'm just signing up the day of, but I want to be on this team." Are you going to?
I've got a friend there. I've got a friend there, or a bum.
It's happened like where we have had to tell players. Well, we haven't, but I've had players come to me as a general.
The registration on the day.
Yeah,
that happens quite a lot.
Yeah.
Wait. So how do you deal with that? What do you do when somebody comes in and say, "I want to be on NATO," and here's my thing? Do you tell them no?
No, we do our best to try
Oh,
and
no.
balance it as much. It's unless they stomp the foot and go, yeah, I'm playing with my friend.
Yeah.
Well, then you've got to allow it because they're the paying customer. But no, we do our best to balance the
Good.
sides.
All right, cool. That's fantastic.
Yep.
That's amazing. Because if you don't, this guy's going to get pissed off at you.
Yeah. I don't know if he's ever been pissed at me.
I
But
know.
okay.
He doesn't get pissed at anybody. He's
Nope.
just a great guy.
It happens.
Yeah, it does. You've got some amazing photographers. I've
That's
reached
one of
out
our
to Steven.
referees. That's
This
one of
is-
the wardens.
That's amazing. This guy is like really into his job. This is
Look,
fantastic.
last year we had full dedication from the Mohawk wardens.
Wow.
They are so on the ball. You know, we also, you know, like the last couple of years, thankfully through my connections, we've got reputable referees. We've paid good money for them. We've had NXL referees. We've had CEF referees. We've had people that are players, not just you know, like weekend players. Is that?
There's Flip.
Yeah, I was about to say. There's Flip. He flips PBC Central Coast, Charlotte.
Right.
He's a big help for them there, and he gets out. He's part of a Paintball Soldiers. Yeah. Is that your that's Larry Riverbanks.
It's Larry Riverbark's tank. Yeah,
that's the all female Iron Maidens.
Yeah,
wow.
right.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Seriously.
That tank is a killer
Yes.
tank. That tank
Oh,
has
yeah,
kicked me around the field more times than I can count.
Dude, that is you guys, you know what? You guys are, and this
There's
is
the
like
warden there and the
right?
yellow there. Yeah. Oh, the boys are always in the thick of things. They're great.
Wow.
Unfortunately, we've lost them for 2020. You know, they've decided to try and play some games.
Yeah.
And things like that. But, you know, we still got a couple of the others of them, not a full contingent like we've had in the past. You know, another good thing about Fulda Gap, you know, it's always being fine-tuned, you know, better referees, better conditions, better facilities.
Right.
You know, and it's all working out well, you know, and so, you know, they're only going to have a great time.
Wow. Oh man, you guys are just crushing it. Look at this. This is amazing. Look at that guy's gun. That's a SAR, right?
That's a SAR, and we run a we
Yes,
on Friday
sniper
we run
comp.
some games too, and last year we ran a sniper competition on
Oh,
Friday.
you're serious?
Yeah, and this year I have some stuff I have an idea, and I bounced it off of Pete, and I bounced it off of Richard. I can't say much, but I want to do something on Friday that's going to turn that on its head.
Yeah,
Okay.
we also have some mini games on the Friday as well. We're trying to extend it to probably no more than 4 days. Not like Oklahoma, like a 6-day thing. We just want something that's reasonable, that's reasonably priced, and people can afford to get away. Especially, you know, all those people that have got wives, girlfriends that don't like their husbands, boyfriends, fiancés,
Right.
spending their money on fucking paintball. You know, we've got to try and make it reasonable.
I agree. Hey,
I shouldn't
how
swear
about
so much. Excuse me.
how about a Reaper pistol challenge? You want to do that?
Yeah.
You talk to those two. You talk to those two guys there about if they can.
Yeah, we can talk about that. I don't see why not.
Most definitely.
That's got to happen. You know, we all love our handguns.
Are the ones being shot at.
I'm in.
Hey.
I don't care. I'm in.
I'll contact Reaper and see if he wants to do it. And I'm just joking.
Yeah. Let's. I don't see why. I mean, we've done it in the past. We've done 3-gun competitions in the past.
Amazing.
Guys have, yes.
Yeah. So there's been a lot. With
Karma Tech, there was all that
with
stuff
Karma
in the
Tech
early
being
days.
there with First Strike and their stuff and their new bolt action coming out. I mean, there's all sorts of new stuff happening.
Okay.
My daughter.
Well, see, years ago they actually did a pistol competition on Friday. They did the little tap sack right there where the chrono is. They did that about 6-7 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, just let me know if you guys want me to get involved in anything. Just let me know. I'm here for you guys.
Cool. Yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll do something with pistols. You know, that's
cool. You got it. And this is what I like to see, you guys. Right?
Yes,
This is what I like to see.
Arm the children. We must arm the children.
Exactly.
Oh, heck.
What is this kid running? What is this kid running with the is that a
There's
Zeta?
definitely a lot of that out there.
I got to make it bigger, but is that a? Trying to
It's
see
got
what
like a
that is.
Zeta mag, I think, in the front, and I've never seen that body shape. I don't know.
I know the real gun of that. I can't think of its name offhand.
Okay. Well,
But I think that's a 3D print.
oh, that is
I
awesome.
think some guys are making those. I think they're out of Australia
Okay.
somewhere.
What?
Yeah, there's an Australian guy printing kits like that. And
That is a beautiful gun. That is beautiful.
No, nothing about
that's
that.
cool.
Yeah, but no, okay.
Yeah.
So listen, I'm always getting yelled at from some players because I'm trying to go for the wholesome aspect of our sport. I want the fathers, the sons, the daughters, you know what I'm saying, the families to come in and play, that kind of thing. I've been to Europe so many times, and yes, they have a place for their strip shows and all that kind of stuff, whatever. But I'm more into the, like the family kind of thing. What are we getting ourselves into here? This is just basically a wholesome.
You will not see a strip show at Fulda Gap.
No.
You will not see what happens at Ion at Fulda Gap.
That depends on who gets drunk and what campsite and what they do.
What
but
happens
as far as
stay in the campsite.
Stays at the campsite.
Nothing
Right.
on a big stage.
But no, nothing like that.
There have been years in the past where we've done a player party. There's a Valken player.
Yeah,
There have
Valken
been Valken
does
players.
that.
We may move that into a different. We got to see with COVID and all that whether we can have a player party this year.
Okay.
We just don't know. I mean, right now, a lot of that, how we handle camping, how we handle registration,
mass gatherings.
Mass gatherings is all going to be up in the air. Which is really cool with Andrew being part of emergency management. We have a handle on that. We have an we know exactly what we can do, what we can't do, and as it changes, as our governor lets us do stuff. I mean, hopefully we won't be in a full blown resurgence of this,
Right.
and have to cancel the game. I would hate but we are being that is on our minds that's another reason why we push back registration. That's on our minds.
Archangel said, "Will early bird registration be extended to make up for the delay to start?"
That decision we're still being talking about that. We have not decided yet.
Okay, cool. I like it. Let me see what else we have here. That's it. What is this one here? The tracker, very small and quiet, well camouflaged in the fall. What is that?
The tracker tank is that little one, the one that you showed all the ladies.
Oh, right.
And they get MVP on one side almost every year for because they take out the most other tanks and they're effective.
Okay.
Before I built my tank, I used to laugh saying that a tan tank in a green woods would stand out. Then I built mine, and they would shoot me from a hidden position and not moving, and I never saw them.
Wow.
And they took me out 4 or 5 times my first game, and I'm like, okay, tan works. These ladies, these women work. They are good. I mean, they're just incredible tankers.
Nice.
And very, very sportsmanship. Their sportsmanship is incredible. They run the Make-A-Wish booth when they're not in their tank. So
cool.
And I did pull it up here last year between 2019 between airsoft and paintball. It was $6,700 we came up with in donations for the 2 events.
That's amazing. I'm gonna make sure to hang out with these guys. What does it cost to play?
Had to ask that question. It's not going to change.
I don't.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? I haven't got that far on the website. Oh wait, yes I do.
Wait a second.
After pre-reg is over, it's $65. Okay.
Okay. So before pre-reg is how much?
I think pre-reg is 50.
I think the early bird was 55.
55. Yeah. I'm just getting into that on the website. So, I'm just getting into that.
And then how much is paint?
Pete, remember?
Yeah.
Pete, how much is paint?
No idea.
No,
Yeah, I don't remember
Paint
from
very,
last year.
paint very.
That's
Field
not my
field grade is
that's not
field
my
grade is
you know,
50.
the price from the field and the
Yeah,
price
but
from
you
the
can't hold
event
us to this
are two different
because
prices.
no.
So
We're not
as-
holding anybody to anything, especially with
Yeah.
the COVID, because it's hard to
Yeah.
produce paint and all that. I got all that. Let's just talk about averages so people will kind of know what they have to spend.
60 to
cost of
$75.
the cost of air is incorporated in the pre-reg,
Okay.
so you don't have to
There's
pay
no
an extra fee for air.
There's no
Okay.
air fees. It's
We-
it's just your paint.
we bring in
and
the best air provider in the country to
Yeah.
provide
which I
air
said
for
to
us.
you. Yeah.
Quick shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Like-
we're looking at maybe 100 plus, 110, maybe 120 for like a player to come in, something like that.
Depends how much you shoot. I mean, if you're going to shoot 10 cases a day, like I've been known to do.
Obviously.
Look, one case
yeah.
of paint and entry, you're going to pay about $120.
About 120 bucks. Okay, that's cool.
All right,
That's
you know,
fine. That's
depend-
fair.
You know, and
Now,
there will be taxes on top of that.
And as Flip is saying too, camping's free. We don't
Yeah,
charge for camping.
Included.
which
So-
is that's what I was going to say too.
Yeah.
So we've got camping now,
Yep.
and then what about
Camping is free.
facilities, porta potties, restaurants, all that? Is there something in the area? Hotel?
Pete, that's your baby. That's
No,
the field.
thank you. Okay, all right, guys. Look, we'll have food vendors there with quite a lot of
Yeah, you got
with quite a lot of different varieties from our food vendor there. Stones throw away is Bojangles for those that are keen on that.
Yeah.
We're probably about 15 minutes away from Hickory, 20 minutes Hickory. So you got all your motels, all your eateries, all your whorehouses, all that type of stuff. No matter what you want, Hickory's got it all.
I believe you meant Hooters. I believe you said Hooters. But
Yeah,
anyway,
you got Hooters, we've got it all. You
Yeah.
know,
yeah.
if you want to camp, like, you know, you can be self-sufficient. You can have your own fire pits as long as you're sensible and stuff like that. There's the RV parking for all of that. There's off-street parking. There's gay parking. There's nighttime parking. There's all different types of parking. We can fit you in.
and
We can get you in.
and trust me, coming to Fulda Gap, the true experience is you have to camp at least one time.
Oh, yeah.
To
Right.
really enjoy it, you have to camp,
Okay.
because the campsites, you
Again-
can literally walk from campsite to campsite, food, drink, and just have a great time.
Putting
Without
on my
a doubt.
putting on my
Without a doubt.
emergency management hat, we may have to control camping this year. So we're going to have to, on our web pages and our Facebook pages, we'll be updating the players on what's going on with camping, what's going on with COVID, because we may have to have segregated campsites where you can't put two tents that close together. They may, as the state, keep us from doing that. We don't know yet, okay? But that's my emergency management hat, and we're tied in and we're watching, and so there may be a point where we say, okay, guys, we're going to have camping, but we recommend that you stay off site. That might happen.
Okay.
I can't tell you.
I got it. If I've never been to Taylorsville, North Carolina, I wouldn't be able to find it on a map right now, but there it is. That look on Pete's shirt there. But if I've never been, I'm flying into Charlotte. Is that correct? Or where? Where would I be flying into?
You're flying into
You will
Charlotte.
fly into Charlotte.
Okay,
You'll
that's the
most-
closest?
You'll most likely stay in Hickory. The one of the hotels here is at the golf course, and they do have rooms. The other hotel in Taylorsville, I would not recommend you use.
No,
I believe they rent by the
No.
hour.
No.
So
no.
so Taylorsville's a very small town. This part
Stay in
that
Hickory.
Alexander County used to be the furniture king of the world. We used to make all the furniture here, and we still make a lot of furniture, but it's a small industrial town.
Okay, I got it.
That's where one of the Walmarts is. Hickory's got a Walmart, a Lowe's, everything to repair your, a gun if you need to, or a rocket launcher, that kind of stuff. And all the food, the stuff like that is more
They're
towards
all there.
Hickory.
Okay, I got it. Okay, so do you what people basically just come in from all over the planet? You get a lot of people from the surrounding states. They drive in. You've got RV parking, and you've got setups for that kind of stuff. Is it self-contained? How does it work?
Well, it's just wherever we can fit you, you'll get put. But the
Okay.
RV does have their own parking stuff. Right. We don't have hookups for sanitary. We don't have hookups for electricity.
No, you don't have. Yeah, it's self-contained. There's no RV hookup.
So it's like there is camping areas only for tents. There is areas only for RVs. There is areas for both. But that's if it gets into overflow and all that type of stuff, which it will.
Lance
definitely will.
Lace is saying that if you want to go get some entertainment for the evening, you go to that hotel. That's where they have the good dancers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just get your shots afterwards.
Yeah.
All right, no worries.
Yeah.
No,
I'm going with you.
Okay. All right. Okay, you guys. So did we cover all the bases? Did we miss anything? Because I'm thinking. Wait, hang on a second. Sarah's trying to jump. Hang on a second. Sarah, what are you jumping? What Hickory?
They'll pay a little more for that.
It's bigger than
That's true.
Taylorsville comes with awesome ice cream shop and a good restaurant. All right,
Okay,
Sarah.
Yep. The thing about that, I believe Mamba was I don't remember if Mamba was generally we had an internal joke that gynecological warfare was not allowed between the two sides, so you weren't allowed to get your opposite team drunk and buy them hookers. So so that is that's a thing that kind of happens. We
Nice.
thought about it, Fulda, but
Nice,
anyway.
nice. Okay. What did we miss? We talked about the command structure with the tanks, the registration, the camping, the field.
Okay, guys. Yeah. Just let's go to a bit of a rundown through the camping and stuff like that, just so people know exactly. We've heard from Richard and Eric about the ways games run, their role, all that type of stuff. But what I need from them, as many as you can, come with your friends in your cars. Please do not come as an individual in a car. We need to be able to fit everybody in, because being the Super Bowl of paintball, everybody, it's, we get a lot of people that are coming from far and wide, which we understand. But we need people to, single,
carpool.
Don't come single in a car.
Right.
Yeah, carpool. Thank you. All that type of stuff.
Is there a possibility?
And be amicable.
Is there a possibility? I don't know anything about your world, but is there a possibility where you guys can get like a shuttle bus, maybe have people park off site and then shuttle?
We're already doing that. We're already doing
We did that last year.
Yeah.
All right. That's
265 cars we parked off.
Oh my God,
and
dude,
you've seen the CD Paintball overview of Fulda 2017, I think it was, and the amount of cars and camping and players and all that, and please help us, everybody.
Nice.
Be sensible with how many people you come with and stuff like that. It's popular because of you and because of the popularity that you've made it. Now we've got to squeeze everybody.
I apologize. Listen, this is not really live. It's only between us right here. So there's no one's going to know about this thing.
Yeah. Ben, I see Murder Hornet policy. I hear they use that as Viagra in South Africa. So if you want to, go ahead.
Nice.
I'm going to run you over now.
Funny, Ben Painter. Very funny. Thank you very much. Wait a minute. Hang on a second. Will McDonald says, "Where's Will McDonald?" Here you go. He wants. I want to be a part of a game like that. Wow, dude, you guys are killing it. Very nice. All right,
come
cool.
to Australia, mate. Come to Australia.
All right,
Australia. Come to America, and I'll let you experience it.
Nice. Okay, so we talked about parking. We talked about food and tanks and command, and we talked about registration.
That's all there. Be there
what
or
do we
be square.
What's that?
Be there or be fucking square.
Be there or be square. Did we leave anything out, do you think, you guys? Is there there's obviously you guys have for best tank and players and
okay, there are, I mean, Mamba knows and there are awards for
we'll have a few missions this year, so it'll change it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know if everybody got that because Mamba broke up. What he's saying is that things are there are some changes this year. We're going to change a couple of the rules. in regards to tanks. They'll be coming out. We haven't how you take out a tank and things like that. The satchel charge is going away. So you can't take out a tank with a satchel charge this year. I know that since I got taken out by one last year, people are going to say I did that on purpose, and you're right. I will admit to that, no doubt about it. But we used to take out our bridges with satchel charges. That's going to change this year. Each bridge will have 3 pockets on it for C4 charges that are connected by a rope, and you must place all 3 C4 charges on the bridges in order to blow up the bridge. You just can't throw a satchel charge on the bridge anymore and blow them up. We're making that a little harder. We'll have some changes in missions because the players that, I mean, we want to change up the game a little bit, but not too much. So there'll be some teams that want to run missions. We're going to have a couple missions for you to run, and then they'll be a little bit different. There'll be some sniper stuff that goes on. Mamba, what did I miss?
Okay. Everybody has complained about rockets and buildings. Okay, so from here on out, we are going to have perimeters of 3 foot around all diamond bunkers and buildings. If it is hit by a heavy AT or a tank round, everybody within that perimeter around the building will be out. So you cannot stack up on a building. It's going to play like if that building was hit, it was blown up and you are killed by shrapnel.
Got it. Okay.
Because what we would have in the past is a team stacked up right behind a building, and you'd hit the building with a AT rocket or a bunker tag that building. Well, guess what? Everybody on the other side was still alive. Real world doesn't work that way.
That's true. That's true. And as far as Respawn is concerned, I play Euro Big Game, and it's a huge place, and they have buses and stuff. That's how big Respawn is, right? This is like you got to whew. Okay, your Respawn is close, or is there?
There are several respawns for each side.
Okay.
And there is always one nearby. It will be a hike for you to respawn, but it is watched by the refs, and you must go respawn.
Nice.
Okay, or you'll get your card punched. That's actually kind of part of the game design, that the players have to walk in order to respawn, because that time is taken into it.
Better than walking off the field.
I lost you there. We lost you there, Rick. Okay, well, anyway, that's that's written into the game. You have to go back to your respawn point. It's it's funny because at other games I've gone to, you get a lot of players that won't that cheat that rule. It doesn't happen as much at Fulda as it does at other games, and I think our sportsmanship is a little bit higher here. We have higher expectation for our players, and we put that out to the players, and the commanders put that out, and we don't put up with cheating. We don't put up with drama. We don't put up with fights on the field at all. Goodbye.
Yeah, well, that's standard for every field.
Yeah, but we've been to games in the U.S. where that's happened. We don't put up with it. We don't put up with theft in the parking lot, in the camp area. It doesn't. We don't put up with it.
Well, look at Ryan. You're kind of late to the game. But who made the decision on the Generals picks and why?
Yeah,
it was actually multiple people.
Yeah, there are multiple people that made those decisions, and it was basically a committee, and the Generals are who they are, and that's where I'm going to leave it. Not going to get into that really, and if you want, we talked about that at the beginning of the show, and if you want to go back and watch this in replay, go ahead and take a watch.
Good point. Good point. All right. Okay, you guys, listen. These cards that we're talking about, these, I guess they're player cards around the neck or something like this?
Yep, there.
Yes.
I may have one here. Player card. I'm looking for a player card. I'll find one. And they should be fairly similar to, there's a 2011. Here's last year. Let's see here. Yeah, there's one from last year. Here's the 2017. Every player gets a player card.
Right. What are we talking about the stamping though?
Okay. What on the bottom of the player card?
Yep. It says
there are check marks.
That they've done their waiver and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, you've done your
That's
gone through safety brief, chrono.
Yep.
I mean, how many do we want? I mean, I can bring more up, but see at the bottom, they've changed a little bit over the years. But
Nice,
you've gone through safety, your briefing,
right?
You know, and your warnings. You know, guess what? 3 strikes, you're out.
Got it. Okay.
You know, so if you've gotten a warning, you're going to get your card stamped, and then if you get too many warnings, your card's getting removed, and you can't come back on the field.
Okay,
that's up to the refs.
How do I know who's on whose team? Is it bands?
No.
It's tape.
Masks on front, tape on front and back of mask.
It's a not duct tape. It's a
ribbon.
Streamer.
Ribbon.
Oh, streamer. Are you guys
ribbon tape?
You guys, I'm obligated to mention this. Do you guys use team tags?
Yes. Love team tags.
You can, yes.
Love team tags.
I actually have multiple sets of them.
Okay, so it doesn't even matter if it's the autism show or the cooking show. I have to mention team tags. It's just like this obligation I have. So there you go, Lisa Weber. We mentioned you again. All right. Are they going to be?
I love their stuff.
Are they going to be at the vendor booth? I hope.
They are.
That would be nice. They've been there before.
Yeah, they have come before.
They have been there before.
He was talking about this year. That was before COVID. That was last fall, but we did talk about it.
Okay,
so,
cool. Here, listen, this is what I get for mentioning them. Look at that. I get hugs and kisses.
There she is. There we go. Yes. Love you guys. Love.
Hey, Lisa.
All right, cool. I've taken them all over the world with me.
Yes, most definitely.
I take them all over. Okay, so we have then you have sportsmanship awards. You have the best player award. I mean, you have all these other awards, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah, we've got all these awards. There's sportsmanship. There's most valuable team, most
best
valuable
tanker,
player,
MVP.
Biggest pain in the ass, I think, is one we ran last year for the other team.
Most formidable.
We've done things like that. I'm working on something, and you don't hold me to this. I mean, in the past, we've handed out. The game has handed out paper certificates, to be framed, and I've got a wall full of them. This year, I'm looking to have all of these actually be plaques to be handed out to something made out of wood that's laser engraved for the field for the 15-year anniversary. I'm working on that.
Made out of wood.
Yeah, they're wood. They're wood. Got to get my wood.
Nice.
So yeah. Okay. Got to show a team tag here. Here's a 4-star general team tag for Oklahoma D-Day.
Nice.
So
nice.
Yeah.
If somebody's interested in getting involved in the back end of this thing, like being on the committee or that kind of stuff, is this open for everybody? Can anybody be on the way you guys do things?
That's more business related. That's on the business
committee?
side of this.
No.
There's no real that's on the business side. So, general picks and things like that. That's all commanders. Like every other game in the country, that's all done on the business side of things in the back.
Okay, cool. All right. That's cool. Okay, so did we miss anything? We've got the vendors, we got the food, we got the camping, we've got the don't double park. We need parking. We've got a special hotel that's in what's it called, Hickoryville, that you can go to.
Hickory.
Okay.
Oh, not Taylorsville. Not Taylorsville. Again, remember,
Not Taylorsville.
no gynecological warfare is allowed.
We've got
You leave that hotel, take a shot.
okay. We've got the price. We talked about the price. We talked about the command structure. Did we leave anything out?
Other than it's one of the best games in the country.
Besides that,
there is one thing. All players be prepared. There will be a new safety video out.
Yes.
So with some of the new changes, which are not a lot in the rules, there will be a new safety video out and a new safety test that's going to have a few more questions on it.
If you didn't know, Reaper, every player that comes to the game can online beforehand and show at registration or we have a tent showing the video. They actually have to watch the video and take a test on the safety briefing and rules of the field before they get their card punch.
Are you serious?
Yes,
Dude,
we are serious. There are 13 questions
Dude,
more. There may be more this year.
Dude, you guys are killing it. I love this, man. This is really cool. Listen, I'm telling you, I've been all over the place. In Mexico, there's no FPS, and just like you saw, I don't think there's even waivers. You just like that, and the first strikes are like this. And so I've been to all different places where Germany has, I think the legal is 214 as far as FPS is concerned, even though we don't do that. But I'm saying I like it when I'm hearing what you guys say. You know what I'm saying? When you guys are like, besides for the players, you're actually really into their safety. You're into making the sure. This is fantastic. I'm looking forward to this.
It's like really like very few games or no other game in the country really. And,
you're gonna have a blast.
You're just gonna love it. It's once you go, you'll want to go every year. You have to get your fill. You got to get your fix.
Nice. I like it. What I'm thinking of is I'm actually going to come a day before, and we're going to do some promo. We'll do promo of Pete's Park. We'll do promo of you guys. You know what I'm saying? We'll really hit it up well and do a lot of promo. That's
really cool. Mm-hmm.
What days are we talking about as far as like is it like D-Day that it's a full week?
No. The stuff happening on the field starts happening Friday. And then Saturday and
starts
Sunday.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Camping, you can start coming in Wednesday and setting up.
Okay.
Peter, are we correct on that? I want to get the camping Wednesday. I can't remember. You tell us.
Yeah, Wednesday afternoon onwards. Yep, that's fine.
Okay. That's Pete. That's okay. Pete's side. So I don't want to step on him on that.
So what I'll do is I'm going to make the plane for Thursday. I'll get there Thursday, like afternoon or something like that, Pete. And then we'll do that. Whatever you guys need me to do, I'm there for you. The whole weekend, I'm you guys'. I'm your guys. I'm for you guys. Whatever you need me to do, I'm going to be your promotional tool. So whatever you need done, just let me know when I get off the plane on Thursday until I get back on Monday. I'm there for you guys.
You're going to have a blast. I mean, you're just going to have a good time.
You're going to love it.
Okay, I got it. Okay, so we're not doing this thing until November. So let's do another kind of maybe an October kind of thing. We can all get together and kind of get a catch up of, you know what I'm saying?
With
what's
COVID,
going on.
Can we do August? Because with COVID and everything going on, I think August would be better. Remember too, we have an airsoft Fulda Gap, and starting in September, we start ramping up for that one. So
okay, so you know what? Hit me up when you're ready to do the next one, and we'll take care of it.
Yep,
most definitely.
With social media, we're always hooked up together. You know that. So
I know. I see you all the time. I see this. I've been friends with this guy for a long time. We've never even met, but I'm always like, who is Richard Jr. L? What the fuck kind of name is that? What is what does that mean?
Like, his last name's Money.
Yeah.
My last name's really Money.
It's
Money.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a name. It's a name of a pirate.
Yeah, very cool. I like it. Okay, you guys, listen. We cover all the bases, and if not, you guys where can they find you to find out more information about Fulda Gap?
FuldaGap.com. We got Fulda Gap Facebook pages. It's interesting, even with the real Fulda Gap out there, if you Google Fulda Gap, you get the paintball one first.
Wow, that's cool.
Okay,
that is correct.
So just hit us, and we're updating our websites. The websites still have 2019 info. We're working on that. So, and then we'll have our new registration site opening up, and we're trying to make this easier for everybody. But again, Facebook is the place. Anybody wants to talk to me, Facebook, I'm always open for everybody.
I'm the same way.
Eric's your man. Yep.
Got it. Okay, cool. Okay, you guys, listen, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I hope you guys learned a lot about the Fulda Gap. I certainly did, and I have been certainly learning more and more as the days go on. Again, I'm making an announcement. I will be there. I'm going to come in obviously Thursday. I'll leave Monday, and my job is to make you guys happy. So whatever you guys need, players, whatever you guys want me to do, I'm there for you. Nothing to do with a poll, please. I'm not very good at I'm just checking. Nothing.
You don't know what was going through my mind, so you just
I
don't
know,
want to
yeah,
go
you
there.
know.
You just don't want to go in there.
Especially because I wear my kilt traditionally. I don't want anything to do with a poll, so thank you very much. Anyway,
That's right. You might want to. It's cold. Just remember, it can be very cold in November in North Carolina. We've actually had it below freezing, so some of the kilt wearers have shrinkage. Let's just say that. So
okay, listen, I've been in the snow. It's been 20 degrees.
Eric would know.
You really went there. You really went there.
Yeah, all these goes like that.
Oh
all the
my
time.
God.
Oh my God. Okay, listen. Yes. Okay, so here's the deal, you guys. You guys pre-register for this thing. Help these guys out by not
Yes,
showing
most
up.
definitely.
Yes, and let them know how many people are coming. Let's make the sides even, so everybody's like, has an amazing time. And let's just do this. If you have any questions, hit up these guys, and they'll give you your answers. And that's it. So I'm looking forward to it, gentlemen. You guys hang out in the green room. Don't hang up. I'll see you guys in a second. And I'm going to say goodbye to our friends and fans. And let me just say goodbye. Oh, wait, Mr. Nasty wants to say something. Go to Fulda.
Peace, everybody.
Fulda Gap is the game to play. He's with Mutant 313. He's one of the teams that's actually coming to Fulda Gap.
Yes,
So
I know Mutant 313.
There you go. So you'll meet Mr. Nasty in person. All right, cool. All right, you guys.
Yep.
You guys don't leave. I'll see you guys in a second. And